Hello, my very lovely Libras. The first thing I want to say is that, this is for the week of April 28th, or whenever you find it and it resonates. Libra, for the part of the collective that I'm reading for today, what I want to say is that you're being given, literally, I can see the guides applauding, okay? And it's because you've done so much work to overcome the tendency to let the past define you. You really worked at starting to understand how your mind works and how it's been holding you back, how it's held you in thought patterns that kept you locked into situations that you didn't necessarily want to be in. Relationships, work, any kind of association that was about you not honoring what your deep heart wanted, but instead following into the taking care of, the people pleasing, the struggle to have relationship be good in one fashion or another. So those of you who've been working on this, it's really being acknowledged and it's really being applauded, because Libras, it's not an easy thing for you to let go of thought. It's not easy to let go of the idea of taking care of people. And it's certainly not easy for you to let go of relationships when you have committed yourself to them. The wonderful thing is you're starting to understand the spiritual nature of being able to let go of relationships that don't work for you. And that it doesn't have to be done with malice. It can just simply be done with the determination to be fully who you are and fully present for yourself, rather than present for somebody else in a way that means you are compromising your self-expression, who you would like to be, and your growth. So yay, this is wonderful. Now, what I'm being given here is a couple of things in terms of cautions. You know that you have a tendency to worry. It's very much part of any sign that is predominantly air, because that takes you up into the thought process and the rapid thinking. And it's very, very easy. As soon as you start moving into your brain, think of it like all of a sudden, all of these neurons that are running through your brain, these little circuits, they get flooded. They get flooded with thought, and one thought pings another thought, and it's like a pinball machine that can kind of go crazy. And that's worry. That kind of worry can happen quietly over a period of time and lead you to a state of overwhelm. Well, the good news is, if you are in a state of overwhelm, what it tells you is you've reached your maximum. Now, what do you do to get out of overwhelm so that you can now stand back and use your mind constructively and with intention to be able to understand what you've been doing and where you might want to go? So the first thing is they're saying calm focus. So I like the image of this because the calm focus says, bring all of your, I'll just read it, it's faster. There's no rushing or forcing. There's no revving of the nervous system, no hyperexcitability or hyperachieving. Set your focus clearly. Gather your mind's energy as though it's a spotlight being gently pulled into a one-pointed laser beam, and let the beam guide you and do the work. So remember that image that I offered you of the neurons in your brain kind of being flooded and all over the place and ping-ponging. This is you going, oh, okay, that's what's happening in my mind. All that energy is going, it's energy. I'm going to pull all of that energy into the center. Okay, so now literally when you do that, your mind, your body is very, very sensitive to visualization. So if you can use that as a visualization to bring your energy in like this and calm focus. And then compassion. Compassion is gentle. It's an awareness of vulnerability. And while we could talk about this for sure in terms of compassion for other people, Libras, you are a sign that, in my opinion, needs to be reminded more than almost anybody to have compassion for yourself. So have compassion for when your mind does all this stuff, Okay, understand it's part of your energetic makeup. In Ayurveda, what we call Prakriti. It's also part of the programming that happens because of the way Libras tend to respond to trauma and stress. It's just have compassion, for this is how you functioned, and now this is now you not functioning that way. What the other thing that is really great for Libra, because you're an air sign, the more you can deliberately be in touch with your physical senses, the easier that is for you to get into present time, because whenever you start working with your physical senses, it's very grounding. It brings you into water and earth, and it's very grounding. Water and earth energy, I should say, and it's very, very grounding for you. So by deliberately, so use a combination of the two. Bring your mind, calm focus, compassion, kindness towards yourself, gentleness, just understanding, not trying to figure anything out or judge, just be gentle and kind. And now use your senses. Be aware of your surroundings. What are you smelling? What are you feeling in your body? What are you noticing? Can you stimulate your senses if you're not aware of them? Rub your skin, put on music, dance a little bit, listen to the silence. Just take a minute to listen to the sounds even just around you. Notice what you're seeing in the room. And by using your breath at the same time, with that intention, what you get to do is you get to calm your mind down. Now, why is that important? It's because the mind is the thing that not only perceives the world around us, but creates the world around us. When our mind and our hearts are aligned, that's what we tend to manifest. But going back to the first thing, which is the mind is the means through which we perceive the world around us, we want you to be able to perceive the world around you as a place for you to be you. The world around you as your playground, your laboratory, your canvas for life. This is about you taking responsibility, deciding that you are going to choose to think differently, to live differently, and to live in a way that suits you and makes you happy, whatever that is. It may continue to include the people in your life, and it may not. It may just mean simply changing the relationships that you have in a way that work for you, because people may be in line with that, okay? You don't know until you offer. You don't know until you share. I've had situations in my life where it changed relationships beautifully by me just genuinely being me and stating it. And I've had others where it didn't work so well. But then I look at that as, okay, lessons for me in terms of how I communicate, lessons in terms of sometimes things are meant to just fold away and not meant to continue to be with you. So whatever situation you're in right now, Libra, what I feel is, oh, there was a song that came up. Yes, here's the song that came up for you. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Spinning wheel. What goes up must come down, spinning wheel, gotta go round. Talk about your troubles as a crying sin. Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel spin. And of course, you can just keep going on, and there's more in there for you if you want to look at those verses and listen to that song. It's got kind of a driving beat, and it's very much about, it's remembering things happen, life happens. What's riding a painted pony? It's getting on the carousel. It's allowing life to play itself out, but it's being part of it, and it's choosing. Instead of talking about your troubles, get on the pony, go for a ride on the carousel. And that's what I feel the ultimate suggestion here is to remember that there are carousels and life does go up and down, and it's going to be your choice whether or not you focus on that or whether or not you go for a ride and choose your pony and change your pony. Okay? Libra, I'm leaving you with that. I think this is actually a really wonderful reading because it's very clear to me that many of you have really done the work. And now the work is to sustain it, to maintain it, and to really know and understand with compassion that your mind is probably going to kick up a fuss and want to pull you back, and it doesn't have to. Okay? Calm focus, compassion. the other thing you can do, which is very helpful, is focus on the qualities that you know would make it easier for you. Qualities that you haven't had in the past that have maybe gotten you into situations that weren't good for you or kept you in situations. What would they be now? What are the parts of you that you want to live in this next part of your life? How do you want to experience yourself in the world? And let those be your beacon, your arrow, okay? Take care. I really do recommend looking at the lyrics of the song. There's far more in there than this reading has time for. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Spinning Wheel. Okay? Take care.